I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh Lord, eh. All right, so we ready to go? Let me go. Wow, when you're on mobile, it's a hell of a thing. Trust me. And that's one of the things why I don't like to use mobile. Good evening, good evening. Let me just block all that light there. Oh God, where that light come out from? Right. So good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome, welcome, welcome all to the yes, good evening. I'm Caribbean Soul, Cheryl Seeley. I want to talk about something tonight. Let me just take down the music a little more because I know I might be saying the music a little too loud. Right. So I take it on there. So I want to address something tonight. And Friday, I will be in Belmont. I'll be in Belmont in the meeting, right? I will be in Belmont Community Center. No Slimmy show. This is not a UNC show. I don't know where it come out from with them tripping, but not tonight. Really and truly, not tonight. But I want to address something. Let me see if I get the right. Get our color in the bank. Right. Okay, thanks. No, no, this is not a UNC show. This is the people's show. And this is the only show that you could come. You have your freedom of expression. Well, soul is free. Let me tell you something. One of the things I admire about soul is that soul is talky mind. You understand? And soul is neither here really and truly PNM or UNC. He's what you call a Trinidadian talking. Because sometimes he just put the UNC in the place too. So nah, don't forget that this program is about everybody being allowed to come here and have their say, and I as the host will be able to engage the people and talk to them from the political standpoint. Good night, Rudy Trudy. I know that. But everybody is free to come here. Everybody is free to come here. But let me just say something. And I didn't get to talk about the the budget because I sat down. I have the 200 and something, the 245-page document before me, and I want to deal with that. I want to deal with that, not the entire, but some aspects of it, some aspects of it, because really and truly, a lot of people getting tired, and not realizing that Kamala Prasad Bissessa is taxing the nation, taxing the people of Trinidad and Tobago into poverty. And I will say it plain and blunt as it is. Kamala Prasad Bissessa is taxing this nation into poverty, real poverty. Because there's a lot of things that she's not saying to the people. Then have some foolish people saying this budget is a balanced budget. The budget could never be a balanced budget until we reach to the committee stage where we actually sit down, both the PNM and the UNC, and go through this budget line by line to know where money is going and how it's going to be spent on this nation and the people of this nation. For one, I have a serious problem with Kamala Prasad Bissessa. The budget was done red, but she come in as though I intend to, as though it was she. But it's better she did read the budget speech. Because one of the things that has amazed me is that Kamala Prasad Bissessa Kamala Prasad Biswasa is telling us that we had to pay 3% more on NIS come January the 1st and 3% again in 2027, but still telling us that we have to wait until we're 65 to get a full pension. Only those persons who retire in this year will get through the cracks. So after next year, you have to wait until you're 65, paying now more money for your NIS, paying more money to NIS. But I haven't heard if you're getting more money when you're getting your pension, regardless of the bracket that you fall in. Because she talk about the lowest bracket to the highest bracket. I haven't heard if Kamala Prasad Biswasa is telling this nation, if you don't reach 65, how they doing the maths in terms of how much contributions I have made? Because a man, if the law states that you have to make 750 contributions, you have to make 750 contributions, and people have made that before they even reach 60. And now you are telling us that we have to pay 6% more, 6% more than what we actually paying. Then Kamala Prasad Biswasa is not telling us if it is that we are going to be, if we don't make the contributions, then why do we have to wait until 65 to get the pension? Is it that you're going to revise the law and say that we now have to make 1,000 contributions or 2,000 contributions before we can get this thing called a pension? Because you have already signaled the alarm when you had a press conference after the budget telling us it is best that you go and take a private pension plan. So you telling us to take a private pension plan when we paying a pension. We paying something that is already implemented by the government of Trinidad and Tobago, because we know how pension plans go in this country, especially private pension plan. And everybody know went on even in Clico, and outside in America, and many of these other places where plenty of these Clico plans, where plenty of these pension plans apparently went missing. Even here in Trinidad and Tobago, where plenty people can get a pension plan up to this day that they have paid for, and they don't retire and they still can't see the pension plan. But Kamala Prasad Biswasa is now telling us that we have to pay 6% more for pension. 6% more, but has not told us how much more contributions we had to make before we get a full pension. Because if you don't make it to 65, you're not going to get your full pension. What is the additional money? Let me tell you something, Caribbean food. Well, who retire now will get the pension. 65, they have not spelled out properly because they have not thought out this plan properly. It's just throw it out there and any willy-nilly fall, it go. However, it hang, it swing. And people running with that whole stupid talk with that. So you're telling us, hey, I'm going to raise the pension, the NIS. So now you working for $5,000. Let me say a man working let me say you're working for the minimum wage. You're working for this minimum wage, and you now have to more money because they're done taking out. Let me say the average is you work for 3,500. They take out, let me say, 300 weeks. or Mondays. If you have 5 Mondays in the month, you have to pay more NIS. You see, they don't tell people them things. So if you have 5 Mondays in a month, you pay more. So the question is, are we going to be getting more in the pension? No, we're not getting more in the pension, Caribbean Soul, because she never stated. So if you were supposed to get your 3,005 or your 3,000, you ain't even getting 3,005, $4,000. Because you know why? She encouraging you to want to go to a private pension plan from all now. So you know she telling you, don't look for no money from NIS. And we have been, and let me tell you something, eh? The PNM when it was campaigning was telling you that they would be going for the bank because she done paying a levy tax on the bank. She put in she taking more money for NIS. So now you're taking more money for NIS. So she going in today. Then she will be going to, well, she done tackling NLCB. She done tackling the unit trust. Everywhere she is going to be putting that little tax so that you have to pay more and get less, even on the investment and all. And when Dr. Rowley and the last PNM administration tried to do it, yes, the Slimmy show, when they tried to do it, to tell the people that, hey, we need to raise the pension age to 65, but they never, under the PNM, they never told the people that they have to pay more in NIS contributions. They never tell them that. But under this administration, you are telling the people that they have to pay 6% more on the money. That is what you're telling the people, Kamala. Pay more and get less. Another thing I've watched that Kamala Prasad Abisasa has done, while she trying to finger certain people Bamsis politically, not mine, not my Bamsi, but why is she trying to finger and twinkle the Bamsi politically? You have now taken traffic to all-time high. $15,000 for this, $15,000 for that, $15,000. What is mad people we dealing with in this country? So the average man who have a little car can't even afford to drive your car on the road. Can't even afford to buy or drive your little car on the road because you know why? Don't even have a broken glass, not even a crack on it, because you will be penalized for even the bad road that Trinidad and Tobago have. So even though, so that's why I'm going to tell all drivers today that if you go down in a hole in Port of Spain, or you go down in a hole in Superior, or any part of Trinidad and Tobago, take the blasted government to court and sue them and get back your money. Because it should never be right that you going down in a hole, mash up your tire, you're driving on a road that's not even good, but you now have to pay the consequences for Kamlanchi actions of wanting more money from you, the poor man on the ground. We will deal with that, we will deal with that just now, Val. We will deal with that question just now because I just want to tackle some of the things and highlight a number and some of the things that is very, very important that even the poor man trying to figure out right now because you told the people that CPEP will be coming back. URP will be coming back. Reforestation will be coming back. But you take money and put it in a fund and a $400 million and the next $400 million, and you're telling the people and them that you're going to hire them back. You're going to hire them back. I don't know where, when, and how. And you are going to put them in certain places, in certain ministries, where they will have more benefits and they'll be working permanently. But I wait to see who will be rehired and reintegrated into the public service or public system of Trinidad and Tobago. Because Kamala and them just lie too much. And everything that they want to put a tax, they taxing every single thing. So imagine you coming back into the system. You getting a little money, probably about a $700. Well, you have to pay 6% more on that money, but she telling you the employer pays a portion and she don't even know. First to tell you, she doesn't even know. She's having a press conference and doesn't even know how much you have to pay out of your money and how much the employer has to pay out of his business. So when the businessmen start to send home workers again in the private sector, blame Kamala Prasad Bisesa. Blame Kamala Prasad Bisesa. There is because things are getting hard in the country, but you're tackling more and you're taking more from the poor people. Well, as they say, voting has consequences. Voting has consequences, but stupidity also has consequences too. And I keep telling people Trinidadians like too much a damn mama guy. I will leave my question for Sunday because you know why I want to curse some of these people and them? Because they mislead the people. They tell the people where to go and vote and put the vote. And when they put the vote, they're thinking that they're greener on the other side. Well, they're getting a good bamboo in the backside. Because nothing this government doing is showing the population or anybody that they really care about the entire country. They don't care about the people. It's about fire demand, fire demand, fire demand. Like all they on, get rid of them. Mash up the East West Corridor. Mash up the downtown Port of Spain. And now you're seeing whereby they've not put in enough money. Now they're not putting enough money in the corporation. So you know who going home again? All them people when I spoke, boy, you know, oh God, boy. Because a lot of people pay $15,000 to certain unions in this country to get a work. Certain people pay $15,000 to get a work in the corporation. And now Kamala Prasad Bisasa not even putting enough funding or the same amount of funding into all the corporations, but she not funding the corporation properly. So she put in the P&M corporation, if they were supposed to get $100, she put in $50. So that's to send home. For like for the mayor and them to say, send home workers so to make the corporation look bad, which will in turn try to make the P&M look bad. That is a modus operandi. That the modus operandi what she doing when she knows for a fact that she ain't get nobody nothing. It is not about me, and I keep saying it over and over. But you see, my children, I don't care about all who don't collecting the pension because they already set. When they get a 10%, when the government get the 10% as the so-called claim that they're going to give 10% from 2014 to 2019, when they get a little back pay, they good. But I always think about my children, my daughter who just finished school, who had to come out here in the world and work and fight up in this jungle and have to go through this kind of pressure because of people who decided that they wanted to play lotto and play way and roulette machine and get this old jagabat an opportunity to run this country and run it down to the ground like what you're gonna run it down to. And then they will say, oh God, they don't like we, but they never like you, but they still went and vote for them because you know why? Or you don't like for yourself. They don't like themselves. And they have realized, and let me tell you something, people get so they wanted. People get so they wanted. They have realized that a lot of black people in this country, and I would say that why Philip could say what he say, and he could say it with authority, because they realize that a number of black people in this country, and I would say Afro Trinidadians, because some people they're black but they feel they're not white, they're not black, they feel it's something else. But a number of black people are going to feel it so hard in their ass that they will try to cry out to God eventually. All of a sudden they didn't know the maker and the creator, but they will start to know the creator. Then they start to feel pressure in the tail because they feel it and they run into it and they still take the jam. So now we taking this jam because of people of the selfishness and the behavior of I don't want nobody else to benefit from good governance in this country under the People's National Movement. Watch what is happening. It will become so hard that something we will ask if we had to go back to 1970. Because when I could see Kamala Prasad, they ain't taking they mash up property tax, but telling you a homeowner that you gotta pay $2,500. Who is a homeowner? Define what is a homeowner. Kamala Prasad business and them never do that. I tell you, people are going to feel the shaft until a lot of East Indian women in this country talking out and crying out in this country because they say, oh God boy, this one wicked boy. Hmm. Well, that's why they could do anything they want in here with it. If they could tell Kareem, just if a man could tell Kareem in the parliament, Val, to sit down because he asking a question and because he talk about the Pink Palace and they could tell him sit down. They feel that them right now control. They have the majority. They're glad. And we had to take that as a people in this country. Because let me tell you something. Whether if you're not, it is going to reach a point in this country that think, whether you think, or if you is not of their religion or ethnicity, don't look out for nothing plenty. Don't look out for plenty things. Well, Rudy Trudy, let me tell you something, eh? They seeing their husband horning them and they still want to go and stay down there before they deal with the husband. They still stay down there. These people don't care about nobody. Because 2,500, they tell me no property tax, but want to tax me 2,500. And if you check it out, you're coming for those who renting properties. But anybody can rent, people renting a shack and all. People renting a shack and all. And that's 2,500. So let me say we have 500 of these things all over the place, quarters, you name it. 500,000. Kamala Prasad, the sister, just made $1.25 billion off of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Renters, homeowners, everybody. Because the average man ain't going and build no small house again. He want to build something where he could get a little something from it. But Chelsea Blue, let me tell you something. I spoke about that. And I keep telling people, go and put something on your property. Because they come in for that, they come in to take it, and people laugh how they taking your property. They can't take my property. They can't do, they're digging it up right now to take your property from you. Because they're going to tell somebody, go on the property, sit on the property, build something on the property, put a latrine and all on the property, like what Dr. Chan do in Carson Field. And then go and file stating that they are the owners of that property and they have been living there undisturbed for more than 16 years, and you see them with light, water, everything. Because that is what this government is about, grabbing teeth and everything. And and let me tell you something, that when the PNM come in, it might not nothing for them to do. Because they don't have nothing. The land done gone, everything done gone, clear and sale. Well, like they tell you, I tell you no here, and they're going to find it and give it away. And all you keep saying, all you keep saying, I have land down in Princess Town, but you ain't going to check your land. I have land down in Maruga, but you ain't going to check your land. And then you will just see a man collecting a certificate of comfort, or you see a man collecting a deed that your land they give away. And you didn't know that. You know why? Because you tell yourself, I don't have all that money to go to court, or I don't have all that money to go and develop no land. Think about your future, and I keep talking about this generational wealth. Think about your future. Think about those people, those little people. When I call them people, because you know why? Those are your followers. Your children is your followers. And you have to put the things in place for your followers. Because they didn't ask to come here, no, you bring them. You're right about that, Chelsea. Because all the things that Kamala Prasad, the sister, talking about, she gonna start to pay, or she tell them to start the negotiation at 10%. You hear what they said to break it up now? For the period of 2014 to 2019. So you're getting two, probably 2 by 4 by 2, or 3 by 4. Well, I doubt they're going to get that because they had to make sure that you have money in order to do something. So while she may have Malagai people and give them $1 off the per liter of oil and tell them, well, look, or you save $500 million, or you save $500 million. When you break that down to the average car holder, which drives over 1 million cars on the road, because we have 1 million vehicles in Trinidad, so just divide and see how much money you really save in gas. When she knows for a fact that many of the people in Trinidad and Tobago drive in electrical cars too, so you don't need gas, which is super. When you have CNG, we can pay $20 and save. Mama gives them again. That is why I want to wait and see when they're going into the committee stages how and how much money is going to be placed in different ministries. And that's why I want to see the allocation. Is it going to just be recurring expenditure all over again? We're fooling the people right through again with more lies and rhetoric. That is what the people want to know. How you're going and get how you're doing it. And Kamala Prasad seems not to be able to tell the people that more than tax them into poverty. So tomorrow, the People's Natural Movement will be going Belmont. They'll be going Belmont in the community center. And while I may hear some people saying, why we don't go back Pagan Corner? Remember, we still under this so-called SOE, and they could send somebody. I just gave you the scenario. They could send somebody to disrupt the people meeting, pell bottle, cause a bacchanal, then you see riot police just show up all of a sudden and they start to lock up people. Nah. Mm-mm. You don't play slips. You don't take chances. Especially with Kamala Prasad Bissessa, who is clearly showing that she's more dictator than even I Hitler. And I want people to come out and ask a question to Imbert. Ask him the questions come Friday. Tell him you want to find out more information about these things. Because come Friday, the opposition leader is going to deliver her section in her speech in the parliament. If PNM on a tight line right now, I telling you they're on a tight line. It's nothing for some UNC activists to pass through, pelt some bottle, cause a big riot, and then you see police come and lock on up people. Don't underestimate this government. Do not underestimate. I don't underestimate this woman at all. People believe as though we have an opposition that could just go there and just have a public meeting in broad daylight and the general public when they know fully well that we under SOE and they vex. But let me be realistic here. You have to be smart. You can't be a fool out here and want to tell people about we are custom. You see tradition sometimes can lick you up because they're not smart. In an art of war, you gotta think. Because I will be fighting a war against Kamala Prasad, the greedy goons. And that is why it is so important that people come out tomorrow. Come out tomorrow and ask all the questions. Don't come there with no bacchanal behavior to disrupt no meeting. Because we know that some people are planning that. So I put on an alert one time. Don't come there when people want to hear information. Don't come there with that because I tell you up front and not playing that this wrongs. But nobody who wants to come and play the disrupting the meeting tomorrow in Belmont. Because I don't hear all the information already. I don't hear all the plans. If I want to walk out or if we to walk out, there will be people who will be there. Because if I feel like making the opposition look bad, itself look bad. Because this country going through a pressure and the PNM is the only option at this point in time. And everybody knows it, but yet still people still want to fight it. I do like that one. While we have to put up in paying 6% when the PNM never under the last administration never tell the people and them that they pay no 6%. Well, Chelsea Blue, let me tell you something, eh? As I say and I'll say it again. Everybody loves somebody to shout and bawl and think because they believe that is how politics supposed to be. But different leaders have different styles. Different leaders have different styling. And I would always tell them, look at Toure, the man from Africa. He don't make no sort of noise, but he doing and he making things happen. But really truly let me tell you, the PNM basically closed ranks, just a handful of people who still thinking, but let me tell you something. They will come to the senses eventually. They will come to the senses eventually. Because we have Tobago election to fight and we have the local government election to fight. And this thing will Farley believe, and let me just say this, eh? This thing will Farley believe that he get $6 billion in the budget. The only fooling Farley. Farley get no 6 billion. You see, they're saying these things because they know how black people gullible in this country. And they need the black man vote to come out and vote for them in the elections. And if Farley could show up, if Farley could show himself that he's standing up with Kamala Prasad Bisesa and Chief Cabinet, then he is part and parcel of the UNC that is going to destroy Tobago too. And that is what some people want. Because all that thing we talking about again, Kamala saying, come Farley, and Farley like a little loopy little puppy dog. Yes, Kamala. Yes, Kamala. Are you happy? Are you happy that we giving you $6 billion. And I am pleased, but when you gonna get that money, Pali? When are you going to get that money? And it just goes to show you how Fali itself get emasculated. Well, look, I don't want to go into that part of it, but it just goes to show you how Fali don't get emasculated. But he tell himself he gonna get that money to spend. He tell himself he gonna get that money to spend before the election in Tobago. But he know it have conditions that gonna come with that. Well, I know that Chelsea. And that is why they will let me tell you something. You see that Tobago election, I will be most present in Tobago. And I want all the rest of bloggers, I don't care who it is. I want all the rest of bloggers to run to Tobago too. Because you know, anytime I say I'm going somewhere, some people just run to Tobago, or they run here, they run there, and they want to do this and they want to do that. Or yeah, we going to Tobago. All the bloggers will run to Tobago. Because we had to put some sense into some of these people in Tobago too. Who are listening but are we boy? But Tobago is mashing up. And you see all these demigods that you only see in toting around the country on these big trailers, 40-foot trailers and all these things. You know, or you pray no, or you real pray. Pray for your children. Pray for your children. But you see tomorrow, and I will be there and I will be covering the broadcast. Yes. Phyllis Warrior Network will be broadcasting live from down there, and we'll be bringing it to you live. So you know me, I just do a pre show. My head always ball Ramsey. Hey, call us say you come in. You come in. Your mother get you to win your bed. Eh? Your mother get you to win your bed. You just love to jump on the scene. Yes. Let me be what I am. Chelsea, let me tell you something. While we may think Kamala had the backings of the US. Kamala no backings of no US no. If Kamala had the backings of US, you see half of that budget presentation that she put out there, she would have never do that. But because she failed to deliver to America whatever she promised them in terms of probably going and invade Venezuela, she know for a fact she ain't getting one thing from the United States of America. And that's why she had to come with a budget. She had to go back and fix the budget properly and come forward with it because she know fully well she ain't get no money from America. What you think about it? She ain't get nothing. You don't think she get go back to Trinidad with that stupid OFAC license that you can't go into Venezuela and drill? That way she get. She get a piece of paper to come back to Trinidad to mamarize the fools who want to listen to she, but she really ain't get nothing. Because without Venezuela saying yes, that OPAC license that she only get for a month, it did. It did. Don't even waste your time with that. And she knows it. But she will feel that she could come on the TV and say, well, look, we bring back the OPAC license and we this, that, the other, and da. When really and truly, it did. So tomorrow, I will be at Belmont Community Center and I will be broadcasting live to you all. But I'm telling you, see, and take raise the electricity. Check your bill, you'll see you're paying more. Wasa win and raise, check your bill, you will be paying more. Nothing for this woman, nothing. That's why she had to run back here like a loopy dog and because she don't have a clue on how she run in this country. Imagine you talking at a press conference and you can't remember which part it is again, which part it is again. I telling you, tomorrow they are going to hear from real experts in different fields, real experts from the People's National Movement, and also you are going to hear from even Dominic. You will hear from many of the speakers who will be there, and that is why it is so important to come out and also if you have to ask a question, ask your question. So tomorrow, I ain't staying long on the line tonight because really and truly, I just needed to come out and have my say. They will I want to start doing that, I want to bring grass and eat it one of these days. And grass is very healthy, eh? But let me tell you what it is. Hmm. Tomorrow I will be broadcasting live from Belmont Community Center. And you know me, I just always start the pre-show. So I'll be starting the pre-show. So as fast as they come in, we'll try to do some interviews with them. We'll try to get some talk on the ground, find out how the people feeling about the budget, every single thing. So I am going to be there early to start the show. You know me, Fearless Warrior always there. Only go see people coming and trying to, do it too. But we are always first and we will be first on the ground. And we will be bringing it to you live right here on the Fearless Warrior Network. So you don't have no problems. You don't have no problems. Right? And also, come this Sunday. Come this Sunday. Yep. No 10%. Well, so understand that. But come this Sunday, we will dive more deeper into the politics. Yes? So, people, tonight I just wanted to talk a little bit, and we'll be doing some more lives coming up eventually. Well, if the two Bamsi showing, what we meant to do? If the two tall and I can only reach to the breast, what we meant to do? But I will, I will try my utmost best to ensure that, and that's why you will have people like yourself who will be in the background to let me know, or you're not seeing the face 100%. But I am going to be there tomorrow, bringing it to you live from um from the Belmont Community Center, and we will be bringing it to you live on the Fearless Warrior Network. So see you all tomorrow. Have a great night, and look out this Sunday, Melba and I will be in hard talk this Sunday. You don't want to miss that one because that's when we cussing Kamala left, right, and center. So people, have a blessed night and see you all tomorrow evening, tomorrow afternoon, from live from Belmont Community Center. We'll be bringing it to you from the ground in Belmont and from Port of Spain. So have a blessed night and see you all tomorrow.